Alright, so what seems to be the most requested video here on the channel is the breakdown of Scorpion, and we're going to take a look at the Reborn variation, which is the Teleport Cancel variation. So stay tuned, because this is gonna be good.
What's up? Don't singe my hair, okay?
Vanity is weakness, Cage.
It's a virtue where I come from.
Alright, so let's talk about Scorpion and some of his best normals. His down 4 is great. It low profiles a lot of things, meaning that it goes under a lot of different types of moves, particularly forward advancing highs, and allows you to hit your opponent and has a lot of frames of advantage on hit from a distance. Alright, his other normal that's really good in neutral is his forward 3, and the forward 3 does stagger. It's -2 on block, meaning that when I say it staggers, it's just barely negative to the point where I can stagger my hits between forward 3 and forward 3-4. Alright, and make my opponent, somewhat leery to push buttons and enforce my pressure based off his lack of ability to react. Alright, so I can get out another forward 3 in time, typically in most cases. And if I do hit and he decides that he wants to try to mash buttons, that's going to hit multiple times in a row. You'll actually see it'll say counter, counter, counter on the right side of the screen as they're mashing buttons trying to get out of it. The frames of advantage on hit are enough to continue to keep forward 3ing if you would like. Now, forward 3-4 also has a caveat with it. Alright, the caveat with forward 3-4 is the fact that it leads to a crushing blow. And this is very important for you to understand. And it's not necessarily an execution thing, but it's a mental mindset that you need to have when using Scorpion. Now, in most cases, you're going to want to hold that crushing blow for as long as possible. And the reason why you want to hold it for as long as possible is because it makes people more reluctant to try to poke out of your forward 3 staggers. Alright, because they know that if they poke at the wrong time, and I go through with the whole string, forward 3-4, alright, they're going to get launched for like 30-some damage, and it's not going to be a good thing for them. And the longer that you can keep them scared to poke, the better. Once you get rid of that crushing blow, and you really only have the 4 to land after the forward 3, notice only like 7% damage. So the risk for them to mash poke after your stagger forward 3 drastically reduces. So keep that in mind when using Scorpion. Now, if you're playing at a high level, someone that you're playing against may realize this. So there comes the mind games of all mind games where, you play somebody that is disrespecting the forward 3-4 early, and then you might want to spend it early because they're going to be disrespecting it the whole fight until you utilize it. So, there's a very there's a lot of mind games off of the forward 3 and forward 3-4. So keep that in mind. Definitely understand that that's a great stagger. It comes with a lot of mind games and can really force your opponent to think about when they're going to push buttons and when they're going to test you to see if you're going to utilize that crushing blow. Now, some other buttons that Scorpion has that are really good. His back 1-4 string. Alright, you can confirm, and when I say confirm, it means that I can visually see with my eye whether the hit is blocked or whether the hit is not blocked. If it is blocked, you want to hit the 3 button. Alright, and you can hit that very late. If you look at my inputs, I'll go back 1-4 and I'll just wait. Alright, notice how late I hit that 3. Alright, and that's important. Alright, that you're able to do that because I can visually see with my eye whether it's on hit or it's on block. And the reason why I want to hit 3 if it's on block is because it's safe. It's only -5. Now, if I notice that it hits, I want to cancel into teleport. And that's where we're going to get into combos. We're going to get into some combos here with Scorpion off of the teleport and kind of show you some of the options that you have. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to end the combo with a knockdown. And this also helps to keep Scorpion safe in case the opponent tries to drop out of combo. So this is what it's going to look like. Alright, so it's forward 3 after the teleport, then 1-1-2. Alright, and notice the positioning that it puts Scorpion in. Alright, he's in a position to, on wake up, go in for some type of pressure. Alright, I'm in range for that. Alright, I'm in range for the low, which is forward 4. I'm in range for anything that I want. Back 1. Alright, but I'm also at a good range to where if I think my opponent's going to wake up, I can just back up. Alright, I can just back up right out of that situation. They wake up, and I'm either completely out of harm's way and neutral is reset, or depending on what their wake up is, if I'm playing against Shao Kahn who has a far-reaching wake up, this isn't going to work so well. But if I play against a character that doesn't have far-reaching wake ups, I can back up out of their wake up range and just sit. And if I see that they wake up, I can just punish. Alright, rinse and repeat. We're back in the same situation. Alright, so now, what am I going to do? Alright, maybe I'll bait a wake up again. I'll back up a little bit. The wake up comes. And I punish. Alright, so, keep in mind that you also need meter to meter burn your teleport. So you can only do that so many times in a row. Typically twice. You're able to get that off there. Now, what if you want to cash damage out? Alright, so I want to, spend, or I should say, get as much health off of my opponent as I can without any crushing blows. This is what it's going to look like. And your starter is going to change depending on the situation. Your punishing starter is going to be 1-1. Your with punishing starter is going to be back 1-4. Alright, and you also have the forward 3-4 that leads to crushing blow. You have forward 4-2. Alright, forward 4-2 is a low, but you can flawless block the second hit, and you can get launched for a full combo, so keep that in mind also. Alright, so that would be max damage with the spacing on wake up. You can also use the forward 3 and cancel into spear at the end. Now, spear is a good ender for side switching. Alright, so notice that it makes me switch sides. Alright, so I'm switching sides with my opponent. If my back were against the wall in the corner, spear is a great way to end the combo, but you don't want to end with spear and put yourself in the corner. Alright, so make sure that you are definitely aware of that as a Scorpion player. You don't want to put yourself in the corner, Baby don't want to be in the corner, and Scorpion don't want to be in the corner either. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the forward 3-4 crushing blow in combo. And the most optimal way to get damage is to cancel into your teleport after the forward 3-4 crushing blow hits. Now, in some cases, you may have your opponent with their back to the corner and you're advancing pressure and you don't want to teleport because they have 2 bars of defensive meter. So in that case, you are going to link your forward 3-4 crushing blow into spear. Alright, so screen position is very important. Alright, you can link the forward 3-4 crushing blow into spear as well as into teleport. So first I'm going to show you a combo off of the forward 3-4 crushing blow into teleport, and then we're going to see a combo into the spear. Alright, so right there, 2 bars, 404 damage. Alright, now let's say now we have our back against the wall, and we want to end our combo in corner position. Alright, this is what we are going to do. Alright, we have 382, and the reason why we end in that, if we look at our hit advantage, it's 51. Alright, 212 has the most hit advantage of all of my strings, As you take a look here, all of my knockdowns, 212 has the most hit advantage by far. And that's why we end in that combo. Even if we're not going to go into the crushing blow, in that situation, we can keep corner position, get a nice knockdown that's going to allow us to walk back and again try to bait wake-ups. All right, here we go. All right, so that's what that looks like right there. Also notice that I did a small micro dash. All right, look at my inputs. Forward 3, and then I went forward real quick. All right, that cuts down the space really fast and allows you to 1-1-2 from that range. So that micro dash after the forward 3 is extremely important. All right, so make sure that you are practicing that. It's not super easy, but it's not real difficult either. Now, you can also link both crushing blows together. Just like that. And you only have to spend 1 bar. All right, notice the damage over time in the top right. All right, and that activates. We'll take a look at the string here. And again, all this stuff is in the move list. So it's 2-1-2, and that activates with combos that are of 8 hits or more. All right, so you're able to implement that combo. It's pretty satisfying to land, and it does some good damage and allows you to save a bar. So the 2-1-2 crushing blow is rather good. Rather good. And let's take a look at the down 2 crushing blow. And we're going to spend 2 crushing blows here. 463 ticks down, so it looks to be about 50%. So next we're going to have the opponent jumping. And Scorpion has some good anti-airs. His stand 4 from range is pretty good. Alright, if you're like right underneath of him, it's not going to work. Alright, so know your ranges. Somebody jumps in from far away, and you can cancel into teleport. And you can dash forward 3, 1-1, into the spear. Alright, and that's the best combo for 1 bar that I found with this. Alright, and it works pretty well. You can also do the other ender. Alright, now we're in that prime position. Alright, and that's basically how Scorpion works. He also has a great down 2. The down 2 is better like when they're closer up on you. So like you use the stand 4 from range, and when they're close up, bang! You just down 2 them just like that. Alright, so next, if the spear hits from about full screen, you're able to land the crushing blow. And the crushing blow off of this actually allows for a jump in. Alright, so you can see right there, we get some nice damage. 307 back into our good wake-up position. Alright, so as far as the fatal blow is concerned, you can cancel it basically any time that you normally would cancel a move. So off of forward 3, you can cancel it. You can cancel it off of 1-1. You can cancel it off of 2-1. Well, I missed it. You can cancel it off of 2-1. You cancel it off of all of those, and you can do it in juggles, in the middle of combos, whenever you choose to use it. And keep in mind that fatal blows do beat out when an opponent tries to get away or drop out of combo with armor. So be sure to use your fatal blow in combo in a situation where you think your opponent may drop out. Now with the teleport cancel, you have a couple options. You can hold forward and you'll basically teleport away from your opponent. You can hold down and you'll teleport right next to them, but be on the opposite side. Now, this teleport, if an opponent guesses that you're not going to go through with the full teleport and you're going to cancel, it's actually punishable. It has a recovery on it. And we'll take a look at the recovery on the cancel. And the cancel is 31 frames of recovery on it. All right, now, an opponent can stuff you out if they anticipate it, but it's all a guess. The person's not really going to be able to react to it. So if they start reacting to it, you can go right into your regular teleport and punish them. It makes the mind games of the teleport and the cancel teleport rather scary. And it forces an opponent to respect both. So that's why oftentimes, this type of cancel is going to be looked at as being rather safe, because the risk to reward for your opponent isn't very good for them to hit buttons. So they're typically not going to. Now, one of the cool ways to utilize this teleport, if we place Cassie under my control, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to record Scorpion. All right, notice you can punish someone trying to go for an anti-air on you if you teleport out quickly enough. All right, so this is going to make your opponent, or force your opponent to respect you when you're in the air. All right, they may not go for anti-airs as much. They may allow for a little bit more jump-ins, because the risk to going for an anti-air against this variation of Scorpion is huge. All right, so keep that in mind as well. It's an extremely powerful tool, not only for mobility, but also to punish your opponent. All right, so just a couple other normals that I want to cover. The back 3 is an overhead. It is, I believe, -5 on block. Let's take a look. And it is -5 on block. Leads to a knockdown. It is an overhead. You also have, again, like I said before, the forward 4 low starter. Now, forward 4-2 does have a major gap. You can go forward 2 or forward 4-2-3. All right, and that is a string that will land in a knockdown. It is, however, -8. All right, so very fast startup normals can link to full combo. There's relatively no pushback on it, so it does come with risk. All right, notice you're right up next to them, so if someone has a quick standing 1-1, they can link you into full combo if their inputs are on point. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, one of the moves that I want to show you is the back 2. And the back 2 is a double hitting move. So it hits once mid and then once overhead, but it has great range. So what we're going to do is we're going to, why do I always do that? We're going to go to record Cassie, and then we're going to record her doing that move. All right, now typically it's tough to punish this for a lot of characters that don't have good range, as if you try to stand up early, watch. So like you'll try to stand up early, you get hit. All right, you try to go a little bit later. All right, I can reach my forward 3, but also watch this. All right, my back 2 is able to punish that. But what's really cool about the back 2 is a whiff punisher. You can go right into full combo. You can cancel in between the hits. Also, one last thing to cover, the 2-1 is +2 on block. So you will be able to get a down 1 here, all right, and check your opponent. But keep in mind that 2-1-2 has a huge gap in it. All right, so any player worth their salt, as soon as they see 2-1, they're probably going to start mashing buttons. So down 1 is going to be your best option to get advantage, because your button is going to beat them out, because this has such a huge gap that an opponent can literally down 2 you right out of it. They can even go into a full combo if they so choose to. Now, with that said, know that a good player, after they see this, is probably going to mash. So you're going to want to go with down 1 and condition them to hold block before you go into this. All right, that is like mega plus. 2-1-2 is, I believe it's +7, but let me check. It is +7. All right, it is +7. After 2-1-2, you can go into like forward 3. You can go into a grab if you would like. All right, now you have to condition them as well for the grab, because they can still like poke or do something along those lines to hit you out of the grab setup. But it's all about conditioning your opponent and using the plus frames to your advantage and knowing the tendencies of who you're playing against. So overall, that's basically the general idea as to how Scorpion is played. If you have any comments, leave it down in the comment section below. Also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell so you get updated whenever I post new content. So that's it. It's Gleez signing out. Thanks for checking in and continue to game strong.